I'm making Triangle Gimbap. So I've got some really small kimchi. I cut it into little tiny pieces. I have my small cast iron skillet. I'm just gonna saute this with a little garlic. And I've got my rice out. I'm just showing you this process. This is just my husband's breakfast snack for tomorrow. So I'm getting it all prepared. So I finished sauteing my kimchi. It's nice and dry now. This is gonna be the rice component of my Triangle Kimbap. Try to get a better angle here. I'm gonna add a little bit of Korean red pepper powder, gochugaru. Add as much as you want. I don't wanna make it too spicy. I'm also adding a tiny little bit of onion powder, not a lot, and a tiny little bit of garlic powder. I want it to be well seasoned. Then I'm gonna mix, fluff and mix, fluff and mix. Simple enough, right? Okay, let me get this all mixed up because I need to use both hands. And once it's thoroughly mixed, here, let me add the sesame oil now. Okay, sesame oil now, and then I'll get it thoroughly combined. I'm gonna set this to the side, and then I'm gonna start on my filling. Okay, so I've added some Korean sweet pickled daikon and some burdock root as well, just for that delicious sweet crunchy pop. And then lastly, I'm gonna add a little rice seasoning. And that's gonna do it for the rice component of my Triangle Kimbap. Now to work on the filling. Okay, perfect. Off to the stove. So in my small cast iron skillet, I have my tuna, my Korean tuna, a little red onion, 2 cloves of garlic that I put through the garlic press, and a small piece of ginger that I've also put through the garlic press. I'm just gonna saute this. There's a little bit of oil in here. This is tuna packed in oil. So I'm gonna let that kind of saute up, let some of that veg cook, and then I'm gonna take it to the counter and we'll finish seasoning it there. I forgot to say a little bit of fresh woodier mushroom is going in with the tuna, just to saute it up a little bit. I cut it into small pieces. Let it saute around. Okay, that's all I'm gonna add to the hot cooking process. I'm gonna add some soy sauce and some sesame oil off heat. Okay, it's off heat now. It's still sizzling. I'm gonna add a little bit of black pepper. A little bit of a little bit of sesame oil. Let's see if you could see that. Not too much. If you wanted, you could add just a touch more onion and garlic. They add a different level of flavor to it. I have to get my spatula now. So right now we have the rice cooling and the tuna. Okay, this really doesn't need a lot of cooking at all. It's tuna, it's canned tuna. And just add a little bit of soy sauce for a little bit more umami and salt. I'm using a low sodium soy sauce. We don't want it to dry out. We don't want it to be too wet. We want the perfect balance. Yeah, black pepper smells really good. Okay. I'm gonna let that cool down a bit. A couple of minutes, I'll be back. Okay, it's cooled down some. Now I'm just gonna put in a few drops of mirin. Few drops of mirin to add a little sweetness, a little bit of vinegar. And I think that's gonna do it. It's gonna do it. I just have to get that well combined. Let me taste it. See if it's missing anything. I think I know what's missing. If you guessed mayo, you were right. If you go to the Japanese markets, they always have their hand rolls and things with a little mayo in there. That's perfect. It's gonna give me that creaminess that I'm looking for, and then it's gonna have that nice bouncy chew of the wood ear. The seasoning is gonna be perfecto. Perfecto. This is almost like I wasn't even gonna film this because it's really not a recipe, because it's just whatever you have on hand. I make them different every single time. I don't think I've made, which I never really do, but make the same thing twice, because they'll have other ingredients. Maybe one day I'll have, I don't know, some other ingredient, and I'll just substitute that. But a lot of times you just see the rice done with like plain white rice and a little sesame oil, a little here, a little there. But why not? You know, you can build up the flavors so that it's just an impactful, delicious, perfectly seasoned bite. It does not have to be plain. Trust and believe it doesn't. Okay. The idea here is to constantly be building flavors. So now I am going to go get my mold. You don't need it, but it's fun, and I bought the kit years ago, and I always like to use it. I don't always use it, but we're gonna use it today. So I can tell my husband, see, I do use it. All right, I'm just gonna show you this process loosely. I've already made 2 of them because it's a 2-hand kind of a job. It's really greasy, and because of the sesame oil, and I need 2 hands to do it. So I'm gonna show you the best that I can. This is the front. It has the directions. Any package that you get is going to have the directions. So the main thing you have to know is the decorative side goes down, and always start with the number 1 on the top, flip it over. Now let's fill our mold, which is gonna be this guy. First thing I'm gonna do is add rice, then the tuna filling, but I'll show you those steps. I just can't show you, well, could I? Probably not. No, let me just fill it up, and then I'll show you before we top it off with more rice. Okay, so first I filled the mold, and then I kind of left an indentation for the filling. Now I'm going to fill. I saved a little bit of rice for the top. Let's see if I could, maybe I could. Let's see. Okay, let's get our tuna filling. Some fell. Okay. All these flavors are really going to combine and taste delicious tomorrow. Okay, this is not working so well. I'm just gonna do this off camera because I have to make sure that it's right. I don't wanna dirty this paper, but just fill it up with tuna and then I'll show how it looks when it's finished. Okay, tuna's in. The last step is just to top it off with that last little bit of rice. And then I'll show you how we press it and put it on our Triangle Kimbap paper. Okay, it's in. The next step is to press the mold, to compress everything. Compress, 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 compress. Okay, don't over compress, but just compress enough. Okay, and then I'm gonna flip it over in this exact position, and I'll show you when I release the mold. Okay, see how it has this venting? Brilliant mold has the venting, so it comes out easily. Nice triangle. You need it way up there. The next step is going to be pull up and then taper the sides. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to show you that process because I need both hands because I have to put my sticker on. So just picture something like this, and then you tuck this down, fold over, and then do the same to the other side, and then where it meets in the middle, you have your handy dandy sticker ready. You need this handy dandy sticker, piece of tuna I got on there. You need this or tape or something because you need to adhere it. And that's it. So what was left over is a little less, the rice and the tuna is a little less than 1/4 cup. So of course you could just add this to your whatever you're eating, or just literally eat this little tiny bit as a snack.